All right. Well, since we skipped yesterday for unforeseen reasons, I don't remember why I didn't do a walking recording, but nonetheless, here we are. Uh, very busy day yesterday. A very, I have a great way to describe this week. This has been the long, this month has been the longest day of the week. And that's gonna go over someone's head, but long story short, it's only the early part of it's literally like the first week of October, but it already feels like we're gonna pass the month of October and the days are starting to get closer and blend together type of ordeal. So yeah, felt good yesterday attending a podcast networking event, met some people, um, got to kind of get my hands dirty with that again, even looking at the LLC option. Um, and it's always fun because you get what I like to call different perspectives. And the audio is gonna probably be trash on this because the plane is like literally right overhead. Speaking of plane, we are about a month away from Afrotech. Pretty excited about that. Secured a ticket for one of the events. Fingers crossed. I think the only thing that I need to implement or set up is getting a headshot. I got a couple different options for that. So we'll see what comes about from that. There will, there's a strong chance there will not be a traditional sit at the library podcast this Saturday. Nothing's going on. Everything is fine. Let's all relax. But I will say that I need the time, I guess, time split between what I would normally do and also what I'm intending to do. So, attending a little birthday get together, which is pretty cool. I think I'm gonna have fun with it, especially because of the fact that it's like the traditional normalcy process of okay, we're gonna have a birthday party, but we're not having gobs and gobs of people over, and it's not gonna be that whole okay, party's over, it's gonna upgrade to an adult party. I know that for a fact. Um, also random, but just popped up. I don't think it's next week, but the week after, I've secured a spot for homecoming, which I'm looking forward to that. Definitely looking forward to that. Um, and usually I'm not one to get wild by those type of things, but for some reason this year it's kind of exciting. A little pause there, only because the last thing you want to do is be walking by somebody talking and they think you talking about them. They see more of what's being said, but not understanding the context, which it doesn't matter, but sometimes to some people it does matter. Um, but yeah, the mental capacity has been eye catching to say the least. I've been very poised. This is a good word. Very poised, very calm, very relaxed for the last few days. And things are good, like anything. There's always room for it to be better, but I'm not I'm not too trippy about it. I made a not even an impulse buy, but I made a smart buy on something and almost committed to the buy, but then backed out. So there were I bought a book bag and I looked at some pens because I was like, hey, I want to make sure I don't. Now that Amazon has bumped up their price for free shipping, it makes you shop a little different. Like I've been a consumer on Amazon probably since I'm almost going to say that was super loud since 2000. I want to say 2002, maybe 2003. Um, I have a I have a apartment. This is such a segue, but it's kind of valid if you think about it. I have an apartment love hate relationship with Amazon because if you're in a space where your packages can't be quickly or immediately delivered, you run into dilemmas with items arriving to your place properly. Case in point, what most people do, which I think is a more convenient option, more convenient route, is have packages delivered to like a box or like to the Amazon box lockers, or they'll have it delivered to like a convenience store or a facility that's like Amazon approved or whatever that will take the item and pretty much hold it until you come to that place and pick it up. I like both of those options a lot better than leaving it on your doorstep. Funniest thing with the Amazon purchases while I'm thinking about it is I was the person who, when they would deliver, and I still do it now, I'm literally tracking a package all day long. So I'm looking for, okay, where did it deliver to? Where did it, where is it landed? Is it in, is it in the state? Is it in the city? Once I realize it's in the city, it's just a matter of waiting for that day or two where you see the famous three word phrase, out for delivery. Once you see out for delivery, I wouldn't say it's a waiting game. It's just more so a packaged process because in some instances you may order an item could arrive um, right to your. It may be coming to the post office, or it might be your coming through Amazon fulfillment, where they pretty much have it where it's so many stops away. But outside of all those things, I'm gonna use this as a chance to do my Fab Five. Now, fair warning, I don't have the feelings going in front of me, so I can't give the actual word off of the wheel, but I will fulfill the other four. Uh, mentally, mentally, I'll say I'm a solid seven. Professionally, I'm at a 7.2, 7.3 ish feel. Creatively, you don't even can't lie to you. Creatively, I'm at like a four, a three or a four, more so a four. Personally, personally, I'll say six. And the personally is just on the simple fact that I know what I'm personally capable of doing, but I go through so many ups and downs of getting those things done and getting them done in like a timely manner. And at times, even if I don't, even if I don't intend it to be that way, it becomes a battle in itself. And my one word feeling would be motivated because even with all that has been going on and is going on, I've been able to motivate myself to look out for myself. And to some people, yes, that can come off as selfish. But those who know me knows that I have been well known for being the most selfless person out there, looking out for everybody but me. This is gonna be. She may not hear this podcast. This is gonna be a special dedication podcast to a time friend in Florida. And the thing that's so crazy, yet so much of a blessing, is that there are a lot of people in your life who know you and they know your story, but then there are people who know you and really understand like why you may operate the way that you do with certain things. And she's one of her another friend of mine that I saw on Monday, which I'm sorry, not Monday, Tuesday. We bumped into each other on a whim because I just happened to be waiting. So I was getting putting to get my stuff and I seen her, I was like, oh, what's good? And we chopped it up for a hot minute. My arm feels functional now. Um, like I had my arm kind of held in like a certain pose because the particular place I went to didn't have any plastic bags, which it happens, but not having the bags was like a little rough on the process. But it is what it is, so nothing to like have a pity party over. But all that being said, like both of them, they've been around and they've been around through everything. Just like I've been around through everything. The thing that's so challenging as a sidebar is you really don't realize how much of a person's life you know until you really sit and think about like, damn, I really have been in their life through a lot of stuff. But the trade off to that is they've been in my life through a caveat, through a barrage of stuff. And there's no judgment, it's no finger pointing, it's just it literally comes down to the reality of the beast of people knowing us and seeing us through our journey. And you could almost say their journey too. Um, I've been very thankful, especially especially since hitting 40. Like granted, it was last year, but hitting 40 and then this year turning 41, it's like you see things with a different scope, with a different perspective, with a different mindset, where you learn how it all just comes together. It's funny, I've done this walk plenty of times, but today it's like I took a somewhat shorter route, but still got a full 15 done. Um, Final thought, closing thought. I know I went all over the place. Is to put your value where it belongs. And sometimes that can be a very tall order for us because we're looking at it like, oh, I don't want to offend anybody. I don't want to do the wrong things. I don't want to say the wrong things. But the reality is, no matter what you say or what you do, someone's going to be mad at what you do. Someone's going to be pleased with what you do. Case in point, we experienced it yesterday. The guy who runs the podcast community, he was looking at trying to find like, okay, what's a good date or a sweet spot to have like the different events that he's having. And the valid truth came to light of you could set it to be Friday at 3 p.m. If people are able to attend, then they'll attend. If they can't, then they won't. Simply, they won't be able to make it. Um, the spot we went to, I will admit wholeheartedly that, and I get it. It's business. You gotta make money. But I looked at the rates just for the monthly rates, and I was like, I don't know if this is my thing, but I like the setup because the truth of the matter is, you want to have like that place or that space to literally just grind and do what it is that you do and not have any like distractions or any roadblocks or whatever. And I will be the first to admit I like to be in spaces that aren't as consuming of your brain power. Like this is one of, if not the biggest things as to why I have like this disdain or this battle between work from home and work in the office. Like work from home is cool. Like it's a good setup if you are in a space of really working from home. Like when I've done um service desk or taking calls, it's fine. The brick wall can be people not. Sometimes you may have folks you may live with or folks who are trying to communicate while you're working from home, not considering the fact that just because I'm home doesn't mean I'm not working. And then there's the other side of it where you don't have as much of a hustle and bustle call flow, but you're still doing things and getting into. And the guy who runs the podcast group, he mentioned this yesterday, getting into what I call the deep focus, where you're just locked in. And I think people, I'm trying to find, I won't, like I said, I'm not going to do it this Saturday because I'm not looking to record the only way I'm going to do it is I would have to literally get up early on Friday and, just go to the studio, go to the library, get a room for 2 hours and record real quick and then kind of change out and prep for the rest of the evening. But I really want to have a conversation to really break down the dialogue and the discussion of like deep focus, deep work, locked in, laser focus, what that means and what that entails. Only because more people are doing it, and it's a challenge because for every person that's in that deep focus or that laser focus zone of working, you have those people who are like the distractors or who don't have those type of workflows or work styles. And it becomes very challenging. In so many words, it can almost become challenging and damaging on your process. Um, I'll say this about it and then I'll leave it be. If you're a person who's a creative and you're like, oh, I'm going to do a podcast, let me record in this said location, you could do it and it could come out great. But then you may have like the distractions of people who, oh, you're here. Are you recording? And it's like you could put on the sign, you could put on the message, you could share anything, but people won't read what's being shared because they look at it like I need to talk to you now and it's urgent. And it's not urgent, but to them it's urgent. And sometimes that can really and truly get lost in translation unknowingly. So I say all of that just to say, find your sweet spot in what you're doing in your routine between your work life, your personal life, etc. And just be aware that by default, there are going to be distractors, that are going to be distractions that are going to pop up one way or another. Um, and remember, and this just literally just made me stop and think about it. Remember, there are going to be commitments that you make for yourself that are going to not be accepted by others in many instances. And I'll just leave it at that. So I hope you all have an amazing day. Like I said, you'll probably be hearing this show. It'll be uploaded on Sunday, but it'll be recorded for Thursday. It'll have the date of Thursday for it. So I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I'm proud of y'all. Love on yourself. Don't let anybody take that love away. And I will catch y'all on the next recording.